What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the NJ Show. It is a good day today. It's the last day of the month. May is over, and a bearish month it has certainly been. Indeed, a bearish month it's been. But you know what? We've got the month of June to look forward to. We've got a few pieces of news today. Just a heads up for those who are watching, this will be my last live for a week. I am flying to Turkey to go and meet Dank and a few of the other guys. We have a wedding to attend to. Should be good, should be good, should be good. Do we have any viewers at the moment? Do we have any comments? Please feel free to leave your comments below. And if you are watching this show, let me know where you're watching from. I'll shout you out. And also, please feel free to drop a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Yesterday was a bit funny. I was going through the analytics of this channel. It turns out that 86% of people who watch this channel aren't subscribed. It's the most bizarre thing ever. If you're watching this channel and you feel like you've learned something, even if it's something small, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Get part of the movement. Yeah, this is the NJ Show. One day, everybody's going to know about the NJ Show. You're just one of the early ones. Good morning, J Armo. Good morning, Jackal. And good morning, Brown Hulk. Thank you so much for joining the show. Let's kick off. So, what is going on with Bitcoin? So I posted yesterday for those who follow me on Twitter over Trader NJ1. That was very poorly said. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me over on Twitter at Trader NJ1. That's the way to say it. So I posted on Twitter anyway, saying that yeah, we're looking pretty bullish up until the next resistance at the very least. So what has happened since then? Well, if you were paying attention, you'd be in profit right now. We are looking pretty decent. We broke a little resistance here, and we are on our way. And we are on our way to the next resistance, which is 33,000, right? So, you know, what does this mean? Are we bullish? Are we bearish? Where do we stand with crypto at the moment? Well, we are bearish until proven otherwise. And I'm super sorry to say that. I know it's not what you guys want to hear early in the morning, especially on a fine Tuesday morning like this. The sun's out, there's no rain, the sky's blue, and yet NJ's telling you we're bearish. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, I would love to be wrong. It would make me the happiest guy in the world to be wrong. Why? Because we'd all get rich. You know, I want to be wrong. I want us to be in a complete range where we go from 30k or 25k all the way back up to the highs of, you know, 55k to 60, 70k, right? I would love that, but I've got to stay realistic. So the next point of resistance now is, unfortunately, 33k. Now, how would I trade this? You know, when trading, you've got to pick levels that matter to you. Yeah, levels of resistance, levels of support that matter to you, because you're looking for a reaction at those levels. And when you're looking for a reaction at those levels, you've got to be prepared to trade those levels based on the reactions that you're looking for. For example, I said a resistance for me is 33,000. Therefore, if we were to get to $33,000 for Bitcoin, what would I expect to see if I wanted to short it, for instance? How I would do it would be like this. I would wait for a push up, get below, and voila. All right. Obviously, I know some of you are listening and some of you aren't watching, but you've got to watch it in order to catch the setup. So it would be something along those lines. Now, if I wanted to go for a long, right, and $33,000 is a key point of resistance for me, what would I look for? Well, I would look for a break above the level. Once it breaks above the level, if it proves that it can hold few candles, then I'd expect a push up into something along the lines of 35, 36, and if possible, 37. Now, going to 37, we can push all the way up until sort of 38, 39, depending on how far the shorts want to squeeze. So keep an eye on that. Now, if you're holding altcoins, I mentioned this on the stream yesterday. I said, look, if you're holding altcoins, time it with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's going up, you know, some of your altcoins may see some relief. Some of your altcoins may see some relief, you know. They might rise in the dollar valuation. Now, if that happens and Bitcoin is hitting resistance, you want to look at taking some profits on alts. I got a few messages yesterday from people saying, well, NJ, you know, what do you mean by trimming some profits? What do you mean by trimming some off? Okay, so for those of you who don't understand, taking profit doesn't necessarily mean buying at one price and selling at one price. That's not really how trading works. So when you're going for a long, yeah, you're buying into something that you think is going to go up. Do we all agree? Yes, we all agree. Cool. Now, when you're looking at a chart, presumably this chart has, you know, a ton of price action. Price action that goes up, I don't know, a couple of months back, couple of years back, ideally. And you're looking for key levels of resistance where you can take some profits. All right. Now, when you're taking profits, you look for your key levels of resistance. Let's say, for instance, you have 3 levels of resistance above. Now, in our case, we have a level of resistance at 33k, we have a level of resistance at 35k, and we have a level of resistance at 37k. So if I was holding a long here, how would I take profit? This is how I would do it. I've taken a long magically at the lows at 29k. At 33k, I would trim 30% of my position. So if I'm holding a position and I'm in profit, I'm now trimming 30% of that position to get some profit back, to get some of my money back that I've risked on the line, and hopefully some profit. If price was to continue and it goes to 35k, I would then take another 20%. I'm now 50% exit. I've now exit my position by 50%. I'm safe. I'm above water. I've made some money for the day. I'm good. If price continues to go higher and it goes up to 37k, I would now trim another 30% of my position. I am now 80% out of that position. I'm in profit. If price wants to retrace and stop me out, it can do whatever it wants because we've made money for the day. Similarly with altcoins. Let's say, for instance, you buy, I don't know, MRI. MRI is trending at the moment. Marshall, Rogan, Inu. Well, sorry, not Marshall, Rogan, Inu. Marshall, Inu. They're trending at the moment. And they're doing pretty good. They're working very hard behind the scenes. They are a meme coin. This is not a sponsored shill. If you're holding MRI, for instance, and you see that it's moving in the same fashion that Bitcoin is, you want to look for the resistance that Bitcoin finds in order to trim your partials off your altcoin. In this particular scenario, MRI. I hope you guys all understand that. I'm not going to repeat that anytime soon. So stay focused. You know, we are looking good. We are seeing some momentum. Let's see if we can keep pushing. Over off to ETH. Let's see what ETH is doing. ETH is following suit. So we bounced off 1700 as shown on the chart here. This is an old chart, right? So if you've been watching the channel, you'll have known that 1700 was a place for longing or a place of reactions. You know, maybe it broke below and we wanted to go for the short. Ultimately, if you've been watching the show, if you've been keeping attention, you'll know 1700, that's where NJ called it. Now, what did I say on Thursday last week? I said, if you are holding a long on ETH, if you are holding any ETH and you had exposure to ETH, you would want to trim some off at 2160 or give or take 2200, right? So we haven't quite hit there yet. We don't know if we will. I'd be trimming some on the way up. It's up to you. I leave it all to you. We have 15 viewers here. If we could smash the likes, let's see what the likes are saying. Let's see. We have 10 likes. Can we get that to 15, please, if you don't mind? It supports the channel, helps with the algorithms. You know, for those of you who are joining now, I was mentioning at the beginning of the stream, you know, 86% of my viewers aren't subscribed. So, you know, if you're learning anything from this show, you know, please feel free to subscribe, share it with your friends. I want everyone to join the NJ show. I want everyone to join. I'm not going to be going live until the 9th of June. I'm flying off to Turkey, but, you know, I hope to see you guys soon. We have a bucket load of news today. So what I'll do is I will have a quick look at Bitcoin dominance and we'll see what we're doing. Now, Bitcoin dominance has followed the plan. I mean, I know these arrows look like they're pointing in the future, but they're actually for this consolidation right here. So, I was looking for a move up into the 50% level for Bitcoin dominance, and it looks like we are well on our way to doing that. What does that mean for altcoins? That means more downside for altcoins. That means more downside for the market, really, other than Bitcoin. Whether Bitcoin wants to go up and retrieve that dominance, or whether it wants to go down all the way and money exits altcoins, giving Bitcoin more weight, yet remains to be seen. But we'll see how it goes. But that's Bitcoin dominance. Sorry, I can't come on my stream without some coffee. Right. So, moving along. Luna. I love fudding Luna on this channel. Luna. So, Korean prosecutors summon all Terraform lab staff in UST collapse. They're coming for Luna. The Fed are coming for Luna. Well, not the Fed. In finance terms, I can't say the Fed. But in slang, I can say the Fed. The popos, the 5-0, the police. Police are coming for Luna. Do Kwan's on the run. He's not on the run. He's not actually on the run. I should probably be more careful saying stuff like that on a news-related show. But, banter aside, Korean prosecutors have reportedly launched an official investigation into the Terra USD crash. So it won't be long before, the same things that we had with BitConnect happen with Luna, So for those of you who are interested in this article, you can find it on theblockcrypto.com. Prosecutors in South Korea have summoned all employees from Terraform Labs to investigate the collapse of Terra USD, the stablecoin known as its USD ticker, according to a report from local television network JTBC on Saturday. So, I love this. I love this. I've got no mercy at all for Do Kwan and his people. I'll keep talking about it as long as it's trending. They've not done right by their viewers. They've not done right by their supporters. They've not done right by their trading community. Their holders have gotten wrecked, and even on the new Luna 2.0, it's not done well. Now it's funny that we're talking about that, because I saw another piece of news that kind of didn't make sense, but it did. It did. Now, all this bearish stuff I'm talking about Luna, we've got more stuff here saying prosecutors, Joint Financial Securities Crime Investigation Team. That sounds scary. They're summoning the Luna guys. I mean, I would hate to get a letter. Like, imagine you're chilling in the morning, you're having your coffee, postman knocks on the door, he gives you a letter, you open the letter and it's the Southern District Prosecutor's Office Joint Financial and Securities Crime Investigation Team. Shit your pants. I would certainly. I wouldn't want any involvement in that. I mean, look at this, which is the UST value was supposed to be $1, fell below 10 cents and still hasn't recovered. It is now trading at 3 cents according to CoinGecko's data. UST sister token Luna lost almost its entire value and is now trading at a fraction of a cent. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, this is the weird thing. And I understand now. I had a good think about it, and I understand why Binance have done this. But moving on to the next piece of news, Binance has listed Luna 2.0. Now, when you're holding altcoins, one of the most common narratives, one of the most common memes is when Binance, when Moon, when Lambo, when Binance, when is Binance going to list my token? A lot of the times when you're investing into an early project, I'll give you an example for myself. If I'm being presented a project that hasn't launched on the market yet, and I'm being asked to invest in the private round, one of the things I look for is, does this project have the fundamental drivers that can allow it to be listed on an exchange like Binance? Imagine all the holes that you have to cross, all the obstacles that you have to overcome, all the hurdles that you have to overcome in order to get listed on Binance. It's not easy. Some projects, they will look to list on Binance. It might take them months, up to a year, to get listed on Binance, and that's if you have all the requirements in place. And yet, Binance has now listed Luna 2.0. So let me give you guys a little bit of a sort of brief on this. Some of you know, some of you don't know. We have 17 people here in the stream. Can we get these likes up to 15? We have 13 likes. 2 more likes aren't going to hurt. please subscribe to the channel, support the channel, show me that you care about this content and that you want more of it so that I can deliver it to you daily. Right. So, how do exchanges make their money? How do they do it? Exchanges make their money by essentially, the trading fees, right? So if you trade a coin from point A to point B, buying that coin will automatically cost a small fee, a very tiny fee. It's almost unrecognizable, but it's there. Selling that token also generates that same fee, Now, when you buy and sell a token, say for instance, I want to buy $10,000 of Luna, which I would never want to do, but in this particular instance, I've done it. $10,000 of Luna, along with that small fee, the daily volume for that day. I don't know if you guys see the daily volume on charts and stuff. You guys should check it out. It's an important thing to know. But if you're looking at the daily volume, if I've put $10,000 as a buy for Luna and that order has been filled, as it currently stands, there is $10,000 of trading volume for Luna. Now, if another 100 people do that, we will have $1 million of trading volume for Luna. Now, if Binance takes, let's say, for instance, I don't know, 0.5% of that money, we'd be looking at, I don't know, $50,000. No, not $50,000. Yeah, 50,000. No, not 50,000. 5,000. You're looking at $5,000 in trading volume fees. That's $5,000 that they've automatically received for just not doing anything, just listing the token, having the token traded. Now, you can imagine Binance is an exchange that generates, I don't know, huge amounts of volume. I remember Shiba was trading at $250 million of volume in a day. So in a day, $250 million, imagine something crazy like 0.5% of that, and that's money that you've made for your day. CZ's laughing. So, the reason that they've listed Luna 2.0, I can imagine, I suspect anyway, is because they know that it would generate the trading volume required, to get their checkbooks up. You know what I mean? So kudos to Binance doing what they're doing. I hope you guys didn't get suckered in. For those of you who have been watching, I'm not really a fan of Luna. I'm not really a fan of what they've done. I push you guys away from Luna. So, I'm hoping that you guys didn't get caught in that. Following on, more Luna news. So what they did with Luna was very, very, very shady. They've rebranded Luna as Luna Classic, and they've called the new Luna 2.0 Luna. So for people who are too lazy to do the research, and I don't blame them for not being able to do the research, that's why you have people like me. This is the NJ show, where you tune in to get all the latest crypto news, right? I'm here to do the work that you don't want to do. If you're lazy and you want to chill in the morning, tune into this show and I'll do all the work for you in return for a like and subscribe. Maybe a cheeky comment or two. Bit of positivity in the morning is always good, So what's gone on with the actual Luna? Now, if this news had come out 3 weeks ago, this would have led to a huge dump on Luna anyway, regardless of all the stuff that's already happened. Now, what's happened is within Luna, they've got these pools, right? They've got these pools, and within each of these pools, they have different tokens in these pools, like blue chip tokens. And I'll read it out to you here. A mismatch in the reported price of underlying assets on synthetic assets, decentralized finance, DeFi platform, mirror pro. That's a lot of fucking words. Who wrote this? Anyway, so the exploit itself. Let's talk about the exploit. The exploit was observed on Sunday by governance participant Mirror user on the protocol's forum. As of the time of writing, the Mirror BTC, so MBTC, M Polkadot, M ETH, M Galaxy, they were all hijacked. $2 million gone. So, along with Luna, rugging half the crypto space, $2 more million can now be added to the bill. Someone will eventually come for Do Kwon and say, look, here's the bill. Someone's got to pay it, So there you go there. more Luna news. So it looks like they're calling it the Venus protocol. I mean, I'm not. I don't like Luna. I don't like Luna. I'm just talking about it because it's trending. It's something that you guys need to know. You guys need to be up to date. When you're talking to your friends about cryptocurrency, when you're talking to your families about cryptocurrency, you don't want to be that person that just says, yeah, bro, I bought some ADA the other day, you know. Yeah, bro, calm. Like, man put 5 bill in ADA, you know. Looking good still. Might buy some XRP, some LTC, some Sol. No, you fool. You just looked at the top 10 bar LTC. You've looked at the top 10 and you're just telling everyone to buy what you've bought. You want to be the guy that is informed. You know, when you're speaking to family members and friends, you want to talk about and say, you know what? Yeah, Luna's an interesting coin. Did you hear about what happened the other week where UST crashed, resulting in Luna's death and demise? Alongside that, you know, Korean prosecutors are now looking for the team behind Terraform USD. Alongside that, you know, Binance listed Luna 2.0 and, you know, they rebranded their old Luna as Luna C and the new coin as Luna. When you speak like this, people will listen to what you have to say. You know, you're speaking with conviction. You're speaking with good conviction. Somebody that's worth listening to. So make sure you keep your brain switched on. Moving on. So a couple of weeks ago, well, I think it was about 2 months ago, India came out and said that they were going to put taxes on crypto. India moving like UK. I don't know what to say. India moving like UK, making it difficult for the crypto people. You know, we just want to make our bread, live our lives, buy Lambos, but they don't want us to do that. They don't want us to be richer than them. They don't want us to succeed more than them. So they have to put these taxes on and they have to put these things on to, you know, I don't want to come off as a conspiracist anyway. But anyway, look, so India mentioned that they were going to put these 30% taxes on crypto, but they still haven't done it. Now, I mean, why am I talking about it? The reason I'm talking about it is because although they haven't done it, if you are tuning in from India, I wouldn't get my hopes up. You know, cash out whatever you can ASAP because they are going to do it. You know, one of the next points I will be talking about later on in the stream will be inflation. And this is a part that you want to tune into. You want to stay in tune for this part of the video where I talk about inflation, where I break it down into layman terms. I'm not going to dig into the details of inflation, but I'm going to dig into the details of how it directly impacts you and your daily lives, how it impacts your parents' lives, how it impacts your children's lives, how we will see 2022 change the shape of how we see finance. And I think it's happening this year. I really, really do. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. Stay in touch. Let's see if we can get some more likes on this video. We are up to 16 likes. Fantastic. Thank you very much for the support. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're subscribing and make sure you're liking. Notice I said subscribing twice. That is because 86% of the people who watch this channel aren't subscribed. Why? I have no idea. You want to be subscribed to this channel. You should subscribe. What do they do in America? What was the old? We want you. Anyway, most people aren't watching this. They're just listening to this. So don't worry about it. So look, India. I believe that they will be pushing this tax. And I believe they will be doing it soon. You know, I believe it's going to be one of those bearish pieces of news that follow with the price. I think if price dumps, we'll see some suit from India that says, look, we are going to institute this 30% tax on crypto. Anybody who wants to cash out needs to go through this process. So, you know, India is no longer that safe haven that we once thought it was. Moving on. The founder of Shiba Inu. Oh, she's hot. The founder of Shiba Inu, right? This guy's an interesting guy. He created Shiba Inu, and it was something that he wanted it to be the next meme after Doge, right? He wanted it to be he wanted it to have everything that Doge had but more. And he succeeded. Shiba went on to get listed on Binance. It was a community driven project. and it went up to $40 billion market cap, right? That is insane, right? If in the next bull cycle, we're on this channel and we say, look, I think I want to long this token here, and it's Shiba Inu, and it's at 1 million market cap. If it goes on to do 40 billion market cap, you're talking about a 40,000x. So many people in the last cycle made a shitload of money for Shiba. Kudos to you. Kudos to the meme space. I love the meme industry. But anyway, why am I saying all of this? So, Shiba Inu's Ryoshi deletes all his posts and tweets. Now, there's been some controversy going on with Ryoshi. You know, in the last couple of weeks, he released a new token called Cow, a hunter's dream. Now, I did mention yesterday that I might do a video on Cow, and I might explain the story behind it, you know, what's going on. This is going to come later on. You know, I'm flying off today. I won't be able to do it today, and I won't be able to do it tomorrow. But, you know, if you guys really want to see it, leave a comment below or leave a comment on Twitter. Feel free to DM me on Twitter. Let me know if you guys want it. If I see some demand of some sort, I will do it. It's something that's worth paying attention to. I've made some good money off it, trading it back and forth. And I will probably continue to trade it. So, you know, the first part of this post says, could Shiba Inu's founder Ryoshi be gearing up for a return? I certainly think he might be. You know, this Cow token is something that is really, really interesting all of us. You know, one of the things that you've got to pay attention to when looking at an altcoin is the trading volume, right? Whenever a new token is created, you compare it to the likes of Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know, Bitcoin and Ethereum take up a majority of the market's daily volume in terms of trading. Now, if an altcoin does something ridiculous like $50 million in trading volume, it's something that you want to pay attention to. And Cow was one of those tokens. I think Cow hit $70 million in trading volume on the first day alone. So people took notice of this. People are trading it. It's not your average shitcoin. It's one of those tokens which it might go to the moon or it just might not. And Ryoshi is the man behind it. Now, he's been releasing a lot of hints through the blockchain. He's been sending messages through transactions. He's been tweeting very weird things. And now he's going to nuke his Twitter. So there's two ways to go about this. Is he rugging and exit scamming? Or is he building up the momentum for his new token, a hunter's dream, Cow? Now, I'm personally holding a small portion of Cow. I'm not holding a very big bag because of the market that we're in. But I am trading it aggressively. So anytime I see this thing pull down for a dip, I buy in, I sell at local resistance, and I keep doing the same thing, and I make more money from it. That's the way to do it. That's the way we trade. You know, I like to sell into things that have good daily volume. I like to buy into things that have good daily volume, that's on a good dip, that have no fundamentals that are pushing it lower, right? Hope you guys understood that. We're going to move on. Right. So, MoneyGram to partner with Stellar, XLM. That's not something that we really talk about every day, is it? How many people talk about XLM? But XLM is one of the biggest cryptocurrencies in the space. Every cycle we get, XLM goes for a push. I remember the last cycle, a lot of people made a shit ton of money on XLM. You know, it's one of the majors. It's one of those tokens that you don't make massive multipliers with, but you know, it's one of those coins that we have to take notice to. It dominates some of the crypto cap. So we have to pay attention to it. We have to give it its precedent. Why? Because we are fundamental guys. We want to mix the fundamentals with the technical analysis. We want to be informed and we want to be up to date with the latest so that we know where to park our funds and, you know, where to follow the smart money. So I'm not saying XLM has the smart money right now, but something to be mindful of. MoneyGram is partnering with Stellar, MoneyGram to interact with stable coins. This is coming from Bloomberg News, so it's pretty much out there now. It's not something that's you know, super early, but it's to do with adoption. You know, similarly, you know, yesterday I spoke about El Salvador, how they don't want to overturn the decision to keep Bitcoin as legal tender. You know, we want to stay on top of these kind of news because, you know, through the bear market, there'll be a ton of news that want you to leave crypto. It makes you think, oh, fuck crypto, right? And the more these types of news make you think fuck crypto, the more you want to exit crypto, the more you want to remove your funds from crypto. These bigger players, they want you to buy the top. They don't want you to buy the lows. So the lower price goes, the more they want to release news that say, don't buy crypto, don't be involved in crypto, you don't want crypto, you don't like crypto, crypto is dead, crypto is finished. When in reality, they just want you to miss out on the initial run. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I tweeted this the other day. Majority of the money that's made in the crypto space is made at the end of a bear market and not the beginning of a bull market. When Bitcoin is dumping, when Ethereum is dumping, when your favorite altcoins are dumping, that's the time where you want to take a look and say, well, look, is this worth a buy? Does this have the fundamentals behind it to push up when the market is looking healthy? Is this something that's worth putting my money into? Now, if you're seeing, countless pieces of news that say, this coin is a bad coin, don't buy this coin, we don't want to be interested in this coin, etc., etc., you're going to be incentivized to stay away from that coin. Then what happens is that coin goes on later on to do a 10x or 20x, and you're thinking, fuck, I was right. I was right about this token. I knew that this was going to do it. For some reason, I just didn't buy in, right? And it's the same thing over and over and over again. So this is one of those things, right? During the bear market, stay in touch and stay up to date with the latest news so that you're aware of what's actually going on in crypto, so that when the market is tanking and dumping. I put those words together, tunking. But when the market is dumping, when the market is tanking, you're not afraid. You're thinking, yeah, I'm buying cycle lows, Hashg says, are you going to chart some coins? No, mate, I'm not going to chart any coins. This is not that kind of show. Everybody does that in the space. Everybody does that. You're tuning in today to listen to some information, some news that's going to help you navigate around the cryptocurrency space, some news that you're not going to find anywhere else other than on this channel. So if you're looking for TA analysis and if you're looking for trades, you're better off following Trader Deng or Trader XO or Trader SC. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So coming on to our final piece of information, and this is to do with inflation. So Germany's annual inflation rate jumps to 7.9%, the highest since early 1970s. Now, I'm not going to touch too much about Germany, but I want to give you guys my opinion as to what I think is going on in 2022. Now, where we are at the moment, we are making history at the moment, right? We are making history, and I have no joy in saying this, but if you guys haven't noticed, everything is going up in terms of price. Everything is going up. The value of cars, used cars, are increasing, and they're claiming that it's to do with COVID affecting the manufacture rates, but it's not. This was going to happen. This was going to happen. Everything is climbing in price. I remember, I was an IT engineer. I was a senior infrastructure engineer for a couple of years. I joined into the IT space when I was 18 years old. I'm 30 now, fuck me. But anyway, I joined the IT space when I was 18 years old, right? And it was my uncle who, influenced me to do that. Now, the weird thing about it is that the salaries going at the time when I was 18, 19 were the same salaries that were going when my uncle was 18, 19. Interestingly enough, 12 years later, I'm now doing crypto, but the salaries in IT are the same as they were when I was 18, 19. However, why is that important? It's important because the price of milk has gone up. The price of bread has gone up. The price of a bus fare has gone up. I remember when I was at school, I used to go to school and it used to cost me 20p to go on the bus. It now costs somewhere around £1.50 to use the bus just for a couple of stops. That's ridiculous, right? How does that affect you? That affects you because the market will react, the market will react. The dollar continues to climb. The dollar continues to climb relentlessly. The S&P continues to dump relentlessly. Obviously, now we're seeing some relief. Is it the end of the bear market? We don't know that yet. We're going to find out as the days go on. We need confirmation. But how does this affect you? It's simple. In the future, $10 million is not going to be worth what $10 million was 30 years ago. If you had 10 mil 30 years ago, you're laughing. You could buy a small island and still have a couple mil left. Now you can't do that. And in 10 years from now or 12 years from now, you won't be able to do that. So put it this way. Think about it like this, right? This is just a mind fuck. What if in the next cycle, we long Bitcoin and we long these altcoins, and all of us here in the stream, we all make $5 million, but a car costs $100,000. Like a used car, a shit used car costs $100,000. A house that's like a 3-bedroom house in a very, very sort of average area costs $1.2 million. You've now blown a third of your stack on a very normal car and a very normal house, even though you've made $5 million. You know? Now, what I think is going to happen is, I think that the dollar is going to continue to rise. I think it's going to go to an absurd point where it can't handle it anymore and it will collapse, it will crush, the same way we saw UST crush. And just before that happens, or just after it happens, I think the United States of America will make their own crypto. I think that they're going to make their own digital currency and they're going to use the blockchain to do it, or they're going to use something that is exactly the same as blockchain, but they're going to call it something else to dive you away from crypto, But ultimately, this is a warning. Everything is going up in price. Gas prices, food, typical resources, everything is climbing in price. And you know what? I fear for myself. I fear for my family. I fear for all of you. Now is the time to stock up. It's one of those weird things where, I want to tell you to buy Bitcoin and hold Bitcoin. I want to tell you to do that. But obviously, if I tell you to do that and we dump to 20,000, everybody's going to say, NJ told me to buy Bitcoin and now I'm 20% down. Fuck that guy. When in reality, buying Bitcoin now could be one of the most important things that you do over the next 5 years. Because we have to look at it from the point of view of mass adoption. I mean, I hate using that word, but we have to look at it from that point of view, whereby if we right now we're looking at Bitcoin and we think to ourselves, all right, I'm going to long Bitcoin with my $10,000. I want it to turn into $500,000. Then I'm going to take that $500,000 and I'm going to buy a Lamborghini with it, right? In the future, you might not think like that. In the future, inflation might fuck you so hard, it might fuck all of us so hard that we're using Bitcoin just as Bitcoin. So when we go to the Lamborghini store, we're not looking at $500,000 for a car, we're looking at 2.14 BTC or something along those lines. When we're buying a house, we're looking at the house prices in evaluation of ETH, in evaluation of BTC. And it sounds unrealistic, but I'm telling you, as time goes on, we are seeing more and more of this. And now, with the dollar increasing the way that the dollar is, with inflation rising to points that we've never seen before, think about it logically, guys. Think about when money was invented. Think about the Rothschild. Think about all the way back to the first president of the United States, when money was invented. And yet we've never seen inflation like this before. We are right now making history. And it is going to directly impact all of us. One more example I'll give you, right? Why are the prices of watches going up? Why are used cars in the UK, why have they gone up by 100%? A car that used to cost $6,000 now costs 12. Me and Denk were talking the other day, and we were talking about buying cars, right? A car that used to be worth 9,000 is now worth 17,000. That's not quite a 2x, but it's pretty much almost there. Why? Why is that happening? We have to start asking these questions, because these questions directly impact us in the crypto and finance space. Ultimately, if you're somebody who's investing in cryptocurrency, if you're somebody who's taking this seriously, you need to understand finance. You need to understand that you are now in the finance game. You are now playing a bigger player's game. You need to not be that small fish. You will be, if you're new to the game, you will be that small fish for a long time. If you're somebody that's going to sit there just looking to be spoon-fed, Bitcoin longs and shorts, altcoin longs and shorts, you'll make a bit of money, but you're not going to make it. You need to understand the bigger picture. You need to understand the people around you, the environment around you, the atmosphere around you, how it impacts you, how it impacts your family, and how you can prevent any potential wreckage in the future. All right? So position yourself position yourself accordingly. And I can't stress that enough. I'm not saying to go out and buy 50 rolls of toilet paper. That's really not what I'm saying. Although I do think something crazy along those lines will happen again. But position yourself accordingly. If you are buying Bitcoin, if you're buying Ethereum, are you buying Bitcoin and Ethereum for the next local resistance? Are you buying Bitcoin and Ethereum to sell on, it's Tuesday today, are you buying it to sell on Thursday, or are you buying it to hold for the longer term? My advice to you would be, if you're buying Bitcoin and Ethereum, think about positioning yourself in a way that is for the longer term. Because and I'll wrap up the stream with this, yeah? In 2017, I joined crypto and I was shocked. I was longing all sorts and I was doing all sorts of stuff. And, I was somebody that used to earn, $2,500 a month. I would work 5 days a week. I'd wake up at 6. I'd get home at 8 p.m. I'd cycle back and forth to work. My manager would chat complete shit to me all day. And I'd get $2,500 at the end of the month. Then I joined the crypto space in 2017. And I was making that every couple of hours. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. And I started with very small amount. It just happened to be the right place, the right time. But then, we went into a bear market and I lost 95% of that. I would argue even higher. Now, what I did in the bear market that separated me from others is I was patient. I kept studying Bitcoin. I kept studying Ethereum. I kept studying altcoins. I kept up to date with my favorite influencers who were talking to me about the fundamentals of crypto, the technicals of crypto. I spent ages in SC's classroom learning TA. And when the next cycle came around, I didn't catch it from right at the beginning, but I was prepared and I made my dad made life-changing gains for this cycle, and I will do the same thing again, and I strongly advise you guys do the same thing too. Now is the time to position yourselves. I understand that waiting 3, 4, 5 years is a very long time to perceive. You're thinking all sorts of stuff. Some of you are teenagers. You might think, shit, bro, by the time the next bull market comes, I'm going to have a beard. All I'm going to tell you is that if you're not going to position yourself, at least take a portion, a very, very small portion, and take the risk. If you believe in crypto, there are 16 people here, smash up the likes. 19 people here, smash up the likes. Subscribe to the channel. If you guys believe in crypto, take a small portion of those funds, allocate it to a longer term hold. Because the people who were patient from the 2018 bear market to 2021 bull cycle, these guys were successful as fuck. Some of them aren't even on Twitter. They were just patient. They studied during the bear market. Now you can be those guys. You're studying through the bear market and you position yourself for the bull market that may come in the 2024 halving, maybe 2025. I will leave you guys on that. Thank you very much for joining the show. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second to do so. Show me some love by liking the content. It helps with the channel algorithms. It helps me bring out more content for you guys in the future. As I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I'm going to be flying off to Turkey this afternoon, so I'm not going to be streaming for a week. I will be back on the 9th of June. I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. And thank you very much for tuning into the NJ Show. Take care. Have a lovely day. Smash up